Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Spice and Wolf episode number 22 reaction. So the previous episode, yeah, we got to know more about the village, what's going on over there. Lawrence was able to talk with the villagers, and he became a little bit friendlier with them and understood by the end of it that this village is in an interesting situation. So basically, up until now, like these villagers, they were like they worship like a snake god. I forgot the name of the god, but turns out the other town where they went, I think, what was his name? In I forgot its name, but the one where they went, that was also that place also worshipped the snake god, but the church came in, and now they like are trying to like make these people here like not worship the snake god anymore. But that's why conflict started, and it was going in a bad direction. They wanted to levy a huge amount of tax on them from the people of Tereo, but Father France came in and made sure that that didn't happen. More so, he made sure that they traded and got good. I guess you could say the situation was way better than what simple negotiations can bring on the table, which is very surprising because like one person just came in and did everything and was perfectly fine. And then after Father France died, things started going in a bad direction again. They were trying to like directly attack people here because it's for stuff. And that is why the girl Elsa, she was waiting for like some external help, you know and for now, apparently they did get the help. They got a letter, so things are a little bit calmer now. But still, like obviously, Enbet, I think that was the name of the town. I forgot the name. They are not going to give up that easily, so things might escalate in a bad direction again. So it's way more complicated. This whole situation, like Lawrence and Hollow, literally getting dragged into this situation. So Lawrence wanted to say that, oh, let us just leave here, but Hollow wants to stay here and get to know more about the pagan stories and about a bear who apparently destroyed Yoitsu. So stuff like that. So yeah, so now Hollow has a plan to, I don't know, she's planning something. So let's see what she does. Let's begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. Three, two, one, go. Right. Well, okay. Hmm. Church teachings and memories of father. Oh, Wait, wait, what is that? I couldn't see properly because it's so dark. Confession. Oh, oh, today. Current, because, you know, he did it. Yep. The current situation. You. Oh, here we go. Confirm. Yeah. Because he knows that. Oh. Wait. So, Father Franz was. No, wait, what? Okay. Right. Oh, she's going to show. She's like, what the? Okay. Oh no. Okay. Right. I feel like you guys went a bit far. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hmm. Hello there. Yeah. After what you did, you ask. Bro. Okay. Calm down. Disappear like a dream. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Oh. Wow. That is okay. In this day and age, like, damn, the fact that he said that. The hell is there? Like a secret room? Whoa. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, so it was light, or maybe not. Right. I yeah, I don't think he's gonna go that far. Letters? Yeah. Oh. Wait, so okay, so she also grabbed something that she wanted, like the letters. True. Because other people, yep, wanted to listen to them, listen to the stories. Okay, he was joking. I'm pretty sure Lawrence was joking. Oh, damn, that's a lot. Right. Right. Huh. Okay. The situation, current situation. I can only listen to them. Hmm. God we believe in is false. Hmm. No, that no, that doesn't make the other. Hmm. No. Oh no. Oh no. We need to hide. Oh, okay. Hmm. Yeah. Oh. She was hearing. So yeah, what happened? Speaking with him like she's. Okay. Oh no. Oh. Yeah. Oh, her tail. Oh my god. Yeah. She's like, bruh. All right. Someone here? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the I don't think she will. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, about like how if their god is false. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's why he started collecting the right, so that he can one day find proof of the like exactly. He can find proof. Yeah. God created this world and then he was a male form. Hmm. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, the story. He's interested in food. I'm good. Flat. Or probably wants to eat it. Hmm. Hey, your tail. Hmm. Oh, she's teaching him to write. I think. Okay. Yeah, that's better. All right. Don't eat. What? What's happening? Oh. No, I don't think he was. Oh. Right. So because she mentioned it before that from outside perspective. Right. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Um, what? Yeah. Oh, all right, here we go. Here's stories. Interesting. What we just. Right. So yeah, obviously he didn't want to share this with what the. He was hesitant in sharing this with multiple. What is happening? Hmm. Okay, someone's like in horseback outside was. Yeah. Right. Oh, okay, something's going on outside. Okay. Oh no, there's multiple people. What the hell? What is going on? Hey, stop. Yeah, you guys are all here with what, like sticks in your hand? Like what? No ill intentions? What? Oh no, like Evans will be in trouble, I feel like, with this. Okay, some kind of some shenanigans are going on here. Like I'm pretty sure. Like this is some kind of setup. Hmm. And that was today's episode. Okay, today was where we in this episode we got to learn a little bit more about Father Franz. Few of the stories that he has been collecting, and we were able to kind of come to an agreement with Elsa. Also, we had a little bit of conversation with Evans. We told them a few stories, and everything looked all well and good. But by the end, things go in a weird direction because apparently someone from Enber had fallen sick. Or wait a minute, did they say die or fallen sick? Let me check. Let me died. Oh my god. So okay, so wait, was that why they are here? Like, are they like looking for Evans? Uh, Someone in Ember had died eating the wheat from our village. No, wait, wheat. So no, it's not Evan's fault then. Like, no, wait, I guess. Oh no, maybe they're suspecting that like the wheat it has been grounded to flour. Maybe Evans did something. Is that why? But then why? Like, okay, I'm not really sure what's happening here. Like, so I'm pretty sure they probably like blame this on Evans or something, or do something like that. And is that why they're here? But then why are they charging towards us? Like they were coming towards Lawrence. I'm like, what's happening? What has Lawrence to do with this? Like, did Lawrence sell wheat here? I don't think. Wait a minute, let me think. No, they no. Lawrence did say that I've come here to sell, but didn't the village chief himself say that? Oh no, we cannot really. We don't have enough funds or something like that. Didn't he say like in the previous episode or the episode before that? And I cannot really remember. I need to go back and see. If Lawrence sold wheat here, maybe like they'll blame him as well or something. But I don't think he sold any wheat here. But I'm pretty sure they're definitely going to blame this on Evans. But my question is if they're going to also say that Lawrence is also at fault here because. But like I said, I can't remember if he sold stuff here. I don't think he did because they clearly said, like the village chief clearly said that we don't have enough to help you out or something like that. He said. You know what? Let's wait. Next episode, I'll get my answer. Either way, that's what's happening in the end. Now, I don't know what's going on. This smells clearly of a setup, like really, because just think about it. Like in a time like this is definitely like some like I think like Enver, like the people from Enver are probably lying, and they're probably trying to like find some kind of an excuse to be like, oh, you see, this happened. Your village, they're at fault, and they're going to make some unreasonable demand from them, and if they don't comply, they'll probably attack us with that like reasoning, and they'll be like, oh, they didn't, something like that, some kind of a ploy they are doing. Like, it's pretty clear that's what's happening here, because otherwise the timing is too convenient. Like, the timing. So yeah. Anyways, let's see. Next episode we'll get the answer as to what's going on, and they'll probably tell us in a clearer way. Either way, Yeah, today's episode was basically Lawrence and Hollow um, talking to Elsa and kind of telling her that, oh, we know this is the place that we're looking for, but at the same time, like I don't want to make any inconvenience for you, and you're probably afraid that if you reveal to us that, oh, this is, like Father Evans is the person we are looking for, I might tell other, in other places that this is what happened, and like Father Evans might get a bad reputation, and this place might get a bad reputation, and stuff like that. She's fearing. That's why she was, not only her, but the village chief as well. He also didn't want it to get revealed that this was the abbey that they were looking for. Yeah, but I really like the fact. So this is definitely Hollow's plan, because Hollow's the one who told this plan to Lawrence the previous episode. So this is definitely Hollow's plan. So that was a good plan actually. So basically, they came in and they were like, "Oh, I've come here to confess," for confession, and just and obviously, as a person of God, Elsa cannot really send away someone who has come to to talk to God, and who has come to confess to God. So she's obviously going to be like, all right, come in, I'll listen to your confession. And taking this opportunity, Lawrence would say that, oh, I actually lied. And now that I'm confessing about this, you are also in front of God. You should also not lie. So tell me, is just, you don't even have to tell me, just confirm it for me if Father Evans is the person that we're looking for. And this is the abbey that was being talked about. And like I said, it was a very good plan, because she's also in front of God. She cannot lie in that situation. So yeah, and that's how we were able to get the truth out of her. Right. Now, one thing. Okay, where is that section where Lawrence says, okay, I have lied again, yeah. I've not come to ask the location. Okay. Am I wrong? There you go. You are before God. You must not lie before Him. We've come to ask stories about pagan gods, yeah, all that stuff. Here we go. You're worried about the town of Enbed discovering the actions of Father Franz, right? Yeah. Who in the world are you? No, where's the part where he says like that other name? I'm trying to find that other name out. Where is that? Father Francis' other name. Okay. I shall speak of the truth. I have come to ask of the location of the Endrun Abbey. I've lied again. Okay, here it is. And Father Franz is also known as the managing abbot Louis Lana Stinghilt. You know what? I thought that was a woman's name. Like Louis Lana Sting. Alright, so, alright, okay. I thought that was a woman's name, Louis Lana. So I was like, oh, it's a woman. But this makes sense, way more sense now. Like, this is also Father Franz. So this is literally the place. Like, and like, I don't know. I was thinking like, oh, if this is the abbey that they were looking for, then maybe this Louis Lana Stinghilt is probably someone else, And wait, I think I also said something like, in the episode where they introduced themselves, like a similar name like this came up, and I got confused over there as well. Okay, so like I said, it makes way more sense now. Like I was thinking, okay, if this is the abbey, then Father Franz is already passed away, so maybe like Elsa or Father Franz would know where this person lives, the Louis Lana Stinghild, where she lives, or something like that. Like, but it makes more sense now that we know that he's actually Louis Lana Stinghild, because I don't know, I just assumed that was a woman's name, so I never connected the dots. Okay, anyways, so there you go. That was that. And yeah, so that was the first thing, like the way we were able to get in and ask for more information. By the end of it, she decides to help us out, and yeah, she tells that she is happy about the fact that at least someone who, like there's someone in this world who actually wants to read the stories that father collected. So, yeah. And here's a very interesting thing that Lawrence says. This is something that he doesn't say in front of Elsa, because Elsa asks this question to him. She says that if the pagan gods, like the fact that he's like collecting all these legends about the pagan gods, if they are real, does that mean that the God we believe in are not real, is not real? Now, I was like, okay, like, doesn't necessarily mean that, like, this is basically like belief, like the God you believe in, like, I'm like, I don't know, like, but it was an interesting, like, like a very interesting question that she asked. But Lawrence had a very interesting answer for that as well, which he doesn't really tell in front of Elsa. He did say that, "Oh, you want me to tell you?" But by the end of it, Elsa was like, "No, I want to figure it out on my own." But Lawrence's answer was that it's probably because father believed in God that he was actually collecting these stories of the pagan gods and goddesses, because like, which would mean if he's able to prove the fact that these pagan gods existed, that would mean that someday he might be able to prove the existence of God, like the God that they believe in as well. And that is what he wanted. Since he believed in God, he wanted to do that. Which is a very interesting way of looking at it. And you know what? I think Lawrence is correct. Exactly, that's what he was trying to do. Right. And there you go. So that's that. And in the end, like I said, he could have just said that, told that answer to Elsa, but Elsa by the end of it was like, no, I want to find it out on my own, which I think is like, is nice, because she herself, she thinks that, yeah, like, I need to, like, at least reach to the stage where I'm able to see or get the same vision that Father Franz shared. The fact that I'm not able to figure out what Father Franz was thinking, you know makes, like, makes it, proves that I'm still not in that level. So the day I'll be able to figure out what he was thinking or what he was trying to do would be the day when I truly understand him, and something like that, and I reach his level. So that's probably why Elsa was like, I don't want to, like, don't tell me. I'll figure it out on my own. Yeah. Okay. So now in the end, okay, like, so I think I understand what happened. So that person in the horseback who came was probably a messenger from Enver. So this messenger came in, went to the village chief's house and told him, and the village chief came to the church. Now, I think the village chief came to the church not because they were looking for us, because obviously they had no clue that we were here. They came here and then they got to know that Lawrence and Hollow are over here. But they came here probably because they knew that Evans comes here. They were probably here to confront Evans. So they came here and they saw Lawrence and Hollow there. And it kind of threw me off because the way all of them were like going towards Lawrence and Hollow, I was like, bro, what the hell? Chill. Like, personal space. Like, really? Why are all of you guys coming with like like, like literally, like, they were like, had like, what were those, like, sticks or pitchforks? I think those were pitchforks or something like that. I'm not really sure what those were, but something they had in their hand, and they were like all coming to us, and I'm like, bro, what the hell? So that kind of threw me off. I was like, they're here to, like, for us, but, and I don't think they were here for us, because it would make no sense. Why would they be here for us? In the first place, they had no clue that we were here. Second, we literally have nothing to do with the wheat. So they probably came here for Evans because they knew that Evans comes here. So they came here and they found us out, and that's why they came. And then now Evans has come. Now their attention will switch to him, and they'll probably be like, oh, they're going to, blame you. Now I can see this going in a few directions. These, like, with all the villagers, they might actually probably, I don't know. They'll probably say, tell Evans to take responsibility or something about this, because this is actually a very good opportunity for Ember to attack them, because they'll make use of this whole fact that, oh, someone died apparently by consuming the wheat that came from Tereo. They'll say that, they'll make that an issue, and they will be like, oh, so you guys have to do this. Now, if they don't do that, they'll take that as a reasoning and be like, oh, you see, this happened, so that's why we're attacking them. And they'll try to attack us and wipe us out of the map, because that's technically what their goal is. Now, look, who knows? Maybe this is a whole damn lie that they're saying. Maybe nobody died. Maybe everything is fine. They're just making it up. So yeah, that's the thing. So I don't know what the villagers will do in this situation, but this is definitely some kind of a trap set by Enbe, and they're trying to make this an issue. And I do wonder what the villagers will do. Also, the fact that, if you think about it, the villagers aren't really fond of Evans, so they might actually try to get rid of him, taking this opportunity, or something like that. You know what? Let's wait for the next episode. But yeah, things are not looking good. Okay. Oh, also another thing, Hollow revealed her identity, true identity, in front of Elsa, and yeah, like, and then they know that, yeah, then Elsa will probably not say anything, because technically, even if she is, she's very skeptical about the situation. One thing you can say is that she's very what's that word? She's very diligent. Is that the word? Yeah, I think. She's very I don't know, like, what can I say? Like, faithful to her words. Like, she like, obviously, like, Lawrence paid her, donation, and they need, and she herself mentioned that, like, oh, it's already, the situation with the church is already bad, so please take care of the candle. Don't make the candle. And that's when Lawrence gave her a donation, and apparently, though, like, that was quite a big amount of money. So she was like, oh, thank you God for this. So they really needed the money. So on top of that, I'm pretty sure she's diligent. Like, and even without the money, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have said anything. But yeah, the fact that she even got, like, like, the donation, in no way she's going to say anything about this whole situation, and she herself knows that, if she tries to say anything about this, then, like, things might go in a wrong direction, because technically that will bring a lot of questions, and throughout those questions, people of the outside world might get to know what Father Franz was doing, and that he was collecting the stories, and that is something that she definitely doesn't want the whole world to know, or at least people from Enbe to know. So, like, revealing Hollow's true identity is not a good idea. Like, it'll escalate into a very wrong scenario. It will escalate, and things might go in a very wrong direction. So, these are, like, I think, like, these are like 4 or 5 reasons for her not to reveal, and she doesn't seem like a person who would reveal something like this. Yeah, there you go. And I'm pretty sure, like, like, what's his name? Evans would also probably, if he got to know the truth, he also probably wouldn't reveal it. But, who knows? Like, it's just better not to tell him. Even if he doesn't reveal it maliciously, he might just slip up, or, like, like, with a slip of a tongue, he might suddenly reveal to someone that, oh, like, this actually happened. So, like, better safe than sorry. Right. Yeah, so there you go. And that was today's episode. Good episode, but in the end, things look a little bit serious, the whole situation. So yeah, let us wait and see what happens. Alright, and that was that. That was today's episode. Now, let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, we see Lawrence and Hollow are in the church again, and Elsa's not happy looking at them, and, like, and Lawrence is like, oh, I've just come here to, talk to God. And I really want to, like, go inside the church and, like, like, have a, like, just look at the place, because we're going to be leaving here. Like, we were sent on a wild goose chase. Obviously, as a person, you know, like in charge of the church, she cannot really let someone go away from the door. Specifically, someone who has come to meet God and look at the church. She cannot really do that. So she's like, okay, come in. So that was like the first part of the plan, that is getting inside the church. And then Lawrence is like, oh, now I have come here to, like confess something. No, no, before that, okay, what was this? I couldn't see since it was dark. Lawrence comes in, there's something on the floor. Wait a minute, let me look at it properly. So Elsa says, then a prayer. Okay, here we go. Father Franz, he must have been a man of great faith. So she looks down. I still cannot figure it out. Like, for context, my monitor brightness is very low. I keep it extremely low because, like it helps me with the, like it's too much brightness. I don't like it. So in situations like this, it's very difficult for me to figure out what the hell am I looking at. Like, I can see the floor, but there's something in the floor. I cannot really. You know what? Let me know. I cannot really figure out what's going on here. Like, oh, is it because? Is it like the floor is extremely shiny? Like maybe like he took care of the church very well. It's very clean. Is that what's I genuinely cannot figure out what's happening here. But anyways, from the looks of it, he's like Father Franz is very diligent. And then she's like, yes, just I hadn't noticed until you pointed it out. I still can't figure out what that is, but it's probably something that shows like how good of a person he was, Father Franz was. So yeah. Okay, that was that. So after that, he's like, okay, let's pray. But then he's like, okay, I have to make a confession. At which Elsa's like, all right, then come to the next room. But he's like, no, I want to make a confession in front of God. So that's interesting because he deliberately said that I want to make a confession in front of God because he wanted Elsa in a situation where she's also in front of God so that she cannot lie. If they went to another room for the confession, that wouldn't have worked. So he's like, oh no, I want to confess over here. Elsa's like, okay, fine. And he then sits down, kneels, and he's like, I'm sorry, I have lied. I have made, like I've tricked someone or something like that, he says. Now, obviously, Elsa was thinking about probably someone else. She was, because he's a merchant, she's probably thinking, oh man, he's confessing about something that he did in his journey. So Elsa was like, okay, like if you're really remorseful, God will forgive. Like the stuff that they say. She says that, and Lawrence keeps repeating it. Lawrence is like, I lied in order to get close to the other person, and then he's like, and the person is you, and she's like, wait, what? And then he's like, he gets up and he says like, I'm going to say it very clearly now. I have lied and said that I'm leaving, and I'm just come here to pray, just to get in and be here. Now, why I lied is because I still want to know about the location of the abbey. Then he says like, oh no, sorry, I lied again. It's not that I want to know the location, I want to confirm the location. This is the abbey, isn't it? And Father Franz he says that name, is that person. And look, like listening to all of this, obviously like Elsa is flabbergasted. She's like, what the hell? And then she realized what has happened, what's happening. And then Lawrence is like, yeah, you cannot lie now. You are in front of God, just like I'm in front of God. You're also in front of God. So can you please confirm it? So Elsa's like kind of like doesn't know what to do in this situation. So Hollow's like, okay, let me show you my identity as well. And she takes out her hood. There's the little ears, fox ears, and the foxtail, and she gets even more scared because obviously like in front of her she thinks like she's some kind of a like some kind of a, I don't know, like some kind of like someone being possessed or something. She probably was thinking. and Hollow's like, you want to touch him? And she's like flapping her ears, like just to make sure, make it clear to her that, oh, these are not fake ears, it actually can flap. like actual ears, not actual ears, but actual animal ears. I always found it so hilarious how this show just makes sure that the flapping of her ears are so smooth. Overall the show is really beautiful. Like the animation, the art style, and everything is really beautiful. But I've seen this multiple times. They make sure that the flapping of the of Hollow's ears is like 60 FPS. Like everything else is 30 FPS. Her ears are 60 FPS all the time. It's so smooth. Extra smooth flapping of the ears. Good God. Right. Anyways, seeing all of this, she like just gets knocked out cold. Loses consciousness, and then they take her to a bed, and she's like, then she wakes up. Yeah. And she's like, and they're like, oh, are you okay? Yeah. And here she's like, obviously she's not happy about the situations, so she's like, oh my God, so it wasn't a dream. Yeah. And then when Hollow's like, oh, it would be better if you think of it as a dream, she's like, yeah, like, but devils and demons fool humans in their dreams. Hmm. Yeah, and Hollow was getting pissed off at this as well, but Lawrence is like, stop, don't fight amongst each other, just listen to me. And then he's like, we're just here to ask you the question, and a few things I will want to know from you. After that, we'll leave, don't worry about it. So after all of this, they kind of tell her that, oh, please tell us, is this really the Abbey? Like, is this the place that we're looking for? And Hollow also says that I'm actually asking all of this because I want to go back to my hometown. If like if I've left my hometown a long time ago. If you were in my shoes, wouldn't you do the same thing? If you found out the location of a place where they might be able to give you a bit of information about your hometown, which is true. Like Hollow has been wandering and has been out of her place for such a long time. So if they got to know a place where they might have information about Yoitsu, she's definitely going to go and ask for help and see if they get to know something. So, that's fair. That's understandable. Anyways, and she's like, I just want to wish to go home. And then in the end, she's like, okay, fine, I'm a servant of God, but at the same time, Father Franz also taught me that and someone who wishes to follow in Father Franz's footsteps. Father Franz always said there's no such thing as being possessed by a devil. And that's crazy because, like I said, in this day and age, saying something like that is very, very bold. Right. So after that, they go in. There's like a little hidden area behind the the altar, I think. Yeah. And then there's like a statue, and underneath the statue there's like a hidden, what's it called, like a hidden passage underneath, goes underground. So they move the statue, opens it with a key. Yeah. In his will, Father Franz wrote that the statue could then be removed from this place. Okay, that makes sense because I'm assuming before he passed away, he didn't want anyone to come here and move the thing. So that's why he only wrote that only after I die you can move this, which would mean that they can then go inside the underneath the bunker or whatever there is. Not bunker, but that little room that they went into, the secret room. So okay, Elsa goes in and they were like, hopefully she doesn't burn everything, but I'm like, come on, like she's not that crazy. Okay, so she comes out and there's still letters and stuff there and some parchments, and she's like, oh, these are letters, these are to me. And so she grabbed them for herself, and then she's like, there's the other books in the basement, so go and take it. Okay. Yeah, and she also mentions that I'm sure Father Franz would be happy because at least there's someone who has come here who believes in his stories. Okay, so there's a lot of books. So she says like you might need to talk to the inn if you want to read them all, you know. And yeah, and she like Lawrence is also like I would want to make sure that you'll keep this under wraps. Yeah, and I'm like I said, I'm pretty sure Elsa wouldn't have revealed anything, but still, like Lawrence kind of gave her a little bit of money to help her out after that. Hollow comes up with the books. Yeah, and then he's like, you know what? I trust you, but I'm a merchant, so I need to do this. Like, if a merchant wishes to ascend to heaven, I heard that he needs to lighten his purse. I really love the way this show constructs its sentences. It's very, what can I say? It's very, I don't know what to call it. It has a very unique aesthetic to the way the dialogues flow. Like here, for example, Lawrence says, "If a merchant wishes to ascend to heaven, I heard that he needs to lighten his purse." Basically, which if you think it take it extremely literally, it would make sense that, oh, if a merchant wants to wish to attend to heaven, he needs to lighten his purse. That is, let go of the worldly attachment, because to a merchant the biggest worldly attachment that he has is money, because that's literally what they dabble in, money. So to ascend to heaven, I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. To get enlightenment or ascend to heaven, one needs to let go of the mortal shackles that they have, like anything, any person, like being shackled, to the worldly, what do you call them, like the stuff, the worldly stuff, like be it like food, like something else, like worldly possessions, other stuff, they need to let it go. So merchants, obviously, they transaction happens in money and other stuff. So that is the one thing that they should lighten to ascend to heaven. You can literally take it like that. At the same time, if you take into context this situation, he's literally saying that, oh, I'm lightening my purse, that I'm giving a little bit of donation, and this is the place of God. So like, here you go, I'm making a donation, just like for that. So like I said, I really love the way they show that. And this is just an example. There's multiple other examples throughout this show where I've seen the dialogue is very witty. Not witty, I would say, but it's very like beautiful. It looks like it seems like you're like reading some kind of like a like a literature book or something, which I guess it makes sense, because this is like a light novel. It's first a light novel, then an anime. But yeah, it's very, the construction of the sentence and the dialogue is very interesting. And then when she sees that he's giving the money, she's like, "Oh, thank you," and she takes the money, because she was literally saying, like, like, you should take out, like, like take out the candles, because we're already in the red, monetary wise, like, So she saw that and she's like, "Okay, thank you. May God's blessing be with you." Yeah. Okay, so after that, Lawrence comes in and Lawrence is like, "You know what? Maybe I can help you. I can see that your situation is a bit, you're in a pickle. You're in a pickle. The situation is a bit shifty. So maybe I'm, I'm a merchant. I've went to a lot of places. I have a lot of experience. So I might be able to help you out with stuff." And she's like, "Okay, fine. So, I can only give sincere advice when it doesn't involve around making money." Wow. Okay. Right. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can give you a satisfactory answer. All right. So she's like, "Okay." So she says that if the story is collected, now I was thinking she was going to talk about the situation with Ember and everything, like, oh, like they're trying to, like trick us, like put us in a tough situation and all that, and trying to frame us. And I thought she was going to ask about that. She talks about, like, Father Franz and his, like, situation. So basically, she says, if the stories collected in the basements are true, which she definitely wants to believe, because she believes in Father Franz, but if that is true, then does that mean the God we believe in is false? Now I can understand Elsa being in a very tough situation here, because there's two things going on over here. Number one, the person that she respects, Father Franz. So if she believes in Father Franz, then that would mean she have to believe in the stories that Father Franz collected, the pagan stories. But at the same time, Father Franz, was, also like a priest. He was, like, he believed in God. She also believes in God. But believing in Father Franz would make, like, at least in her way of looking at it, she's thinking, if I believe in Father Franz, I'll have to believe in the pagan gods. Will that mean our God is false? The God that we believe in is false? So that's why I'm saying, like, she's in a dilemma. She doesn't know who to believe, and it's a very tricky situation, because if she believes Father Franz, then at the same time, her true belief on in God, and like like that will be brought to question. Okay, my father, father wait, so Father Franz was is his actual father, or like like here we go. My father, Father Franz, she says. In Japanese, if you listen to it, she says chichi, which is father, like actual father. So wait, so was she like a doctor, or is she like really blood related to him? I don't know. It makes me think they're probably like related. Okay, I'm not really sure. Anyways, um, either they're related or she was adopt. Wait, did they mention this? I cannot remember. I need to go back. I think like one episode ago when they introduced her. Yeah, I think like Village Chief said something about this. I cannot really remember. I need to go back. Anyways, Father Franz collected stories about the northern gods. He was suspected of heresy, all that stuff she's saying. But the main question that she has is that if these are true, then what would make our God? Is our God a lie? I don't know. I don't have the courage to judge you with holy water and Bible in hand. I can't even tell if my hesitation is a good thing or a bad thing. At which Lawrence is like, I'm not very much well versed in teachings of God. I cannot tell you which is right or wrong. However, I don't think Father Franz was wrong. Then she's like, why do you believe that? And their conversation gets interrupted. I do wonder if Lawrence would have told her here what he thought, which we got to know later. His logic is that the fact that Father Franz believed in God is probably the reason why he collected these stories to prove the existence of God. So but later on, Elsa herself says like, no, I don't want to listen to it from your words mouth. I want to figure it out on my own. I do wonder if he would have actually said this if the conversation didn't get interrupted here. Okay. Anyways, so there you go. So Lawrence comes in, sits down with Hollow, is like reading that. Okay, so here you can see like like Hollow's like it's kind of funny because now I realize what happened. Hollow's ears were twitching, and she suddenly smirks, and Lawrence is like, wait, what? Why are you smirking? And she's like this, and Lawrence is like, okay, puts his hand over there. Elsa comes in, so her ears were twitching because she realized Elsa's coming here. So she's like, oh, okay, let's play a prank. And she did this deliberately at that exact time. Elsa comes in, and Lawrence is Lawrence is like, bruh. Oh my god. Anyways, then Elsa looks at them, and Elsa's like, yeah, like you guys continue. I'm just going to go outside. She goes away. And like Hollow's like laughing. Okay, this is where they also talk about if Elsa's going to reveal Hollow's identity, but Lawrence is like, I doubt she's going to do that. Because even though she says everything to Evans, she didn't say that we came here. Also, the fact that we literally gave her money, I'm sure she's diligent enough from the looks of it that she's not going to reveal anything. Yeah, and this is also where Lawrence brings up the whole existence of God. This I think like this answer also very surprised Hollow as well. When Lawrence is like, I think like he believed in God the most because isn't that why he grew interested in the gods of others, to prove the fact that their God existed? If pagan gods truly exist, then there's no way God himself wouldn't. Yeah, so Hollow is also kind of like surprised with this answer. Then Hollow says that God does not exist. After all, the church believes that God created this world and that humans are merely borrowing it, right? Yeah, so there you go. Even so, I'm sure he wanted to feel his existence. Okay, then Evans comes in and they're like having a meal, and Evans is like, "Oh, like Lawrence son, tell me stories of the places," and he's like telling them stories and everything about like a ship, merchant ship, and like bread and stuff. Yeah. After that, um, you know, they're leaving, and Evans is like, oh, if you come tomorrow as well, like, you can tell me more stories. Yeah, and then they're like cleaning up after having food, and then like Lawrence is like, okay, so I'm just going to go and like continue with the reading with Hollow. Yeah, and this is where Lawrence is like, the question that you asked me, and she's like, oh no, I'll think of it on my own. Don't worry about it. So after that, he sees like those two are like like working together, and like obviously the relationship is very good, and Lawrence kind of smiles looking at that. They go and sit down. Lawrence goes and sits down with Hollow, and then Hollow's like, oh, something the matter, and Lawrence is like, oh, like it's just that I saw them, and I can see that they get along very well. And you can see Hollow's like surprised, and he's like, wait, what? I did something odd. Okay, so wait a minute. So I'm assuming like this part kind of confused me a little bit, because I think I understand what Hollow was trying to say. Like, so you know what? I'm going to read this part to better understand. Like, I understand what she was like. She was probably thinking that like Lawrence was saying indirectly that, oh, I wish we we also were like that, or something like that. That's why she got embarrassed. I think that was the main thing. But you know what? Still, I'm going to read it just to understand, because she was like kind of going around the whole topic so much that it kind of confused me a little bit. So she was like, well, for the most part, and she's like, I know my good and bad points. Yeah. So what's the matter? I wish you would not speak so enviously of them. I too? No, I understand. I understand, but we must look quite the fool ourselves. I do not know why I feel so embarrassed about this. But you say enviously that they get along well, yet we. And he's like, no. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she was trying to say. Like. Yeah, but Lawrence is like, I'm not really trying to talk about that. I'm trying to say that. Yeah, I didn't want to put it into words. It's true that I'm envious, but not about their relationship. I'm envious about the fact that the two will continue living in the church. What about us though? Yeah, and like Lawrence Hollow kind of keeps quiet. She's like, yeah, like you're going to go back to Yoitsu, and then what? It's not that you're just going to go there and just take a look and then come back. I doubt that's going to happen. You're obviously going to want to stay there, and stuff. So, and however, I'm a traveling merchant. I cannot really stay somewhere, and I'll have to move on. So what about that then? Like, so that's what he's saying. But then he's like, you know what? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought this up. This way in the future. Like, there's no need to rake our brains and think about it now. I'm sure we'll come to our own answers eventually. Yeah, and then she's like, I do not know. And then she gets up and she's like, I'm the wise wolf Hollow. I'm Yoisu's wise wolf Hollow. And she puts her head on. Is there a problem? Okay, so yeah, she puts her head on his lap. Would you look at the. She bites him? Okay. Alright. Yeah, so while going through the books, he finds out a parchment of paper where it's written about the bear god. Okay, here we go. He reads it. So Father Franz wrote, I do not wish to regard the tale of this bear god as more special than the others. This god seems to be represented in various stories. Okay. However, I believe this god is the only one I have been able to connect with others so thoroughly. Does the Pope knows of this? My assumptions are correct. Our God has triumphed without a fight. I cannot possibly remain calm if that is true. I could not help feeling strongly the existence of God as I assembled this book. I hope that this will not be judged by narrow-minded worshippers of God. Interesting. But with those with open hearts whose love of God is like a gentle breeze in the vice, which is true. There's always like people who are like too extreme about stuff like this, like, and they're the people who it might seem like they're extremely devoted, but at the end of the day, as he says, they're the people who are the most narrow-minded, whose hearts are very narrow. That's why he's saying, like, but should this be judged by people with open hearts whose love for God is like a gentle breeze in a vast field? It's so interesting because, like, we kind of most of the time forget and kind of relate devotion with with narrow-mindedness. Like, people who are way more narrow-minded and looked at something in a way, like, narrower way, we kind of come to the conclusion that they are the most devoted. But at the end of the day, that's actually the opposite if you think about it. People who are wide-hearted and open-hearted, they are more devoted, because that is the true essence of what God, like, what God is, God as a concept, and what God would want. It's like open-heartedness, people accepting everyone, that kind of thing. But most of the time we forget, like, we like put rules and restrictions and stuff like this, and these type of things, and we kind of try to make it more. And people who, like, go through all of that, and as he says, like, there you go. I hope that this is not judged by narrow-minded worshippers of God. Yeah, but those with open hearts, whose love for God is like gentle breeze in a vast field. So yeah, like I said, I feel like, like, we most of the time we kind of mix it up, like, narrow-mindedness, and that we're like, oh, that is devotion, but that's not really devotion in that sense. Okay. Okay, now while he was reading all of this, like, there's like someone on horseback. Okay, Lawrence is like, oh, I found a book with the moon hunting bear. Obviously, he couldn't read the whole like book because he just read a paper. He's like, okay, there you go. This is the book. But Lawrence is like, but something's going on. There's like horse outside, and he gives the book to Hollow. Obviously, he's like, he hasn't read it, so he's like, I don't know what you want to do after reading this, but I'd like you to be honest with me and tell me your thoughts. And Hollow's like, okay. Okay, so they look outside, and like, they see, like, they're going to the village chief's house. So now I understand what has happened. So basically, he went there, and he probably talked to the village chief and said something like, oh, one of our men died because of your wheat, and the other people from the village also came in to see what's going on. And then the messenger probably left, and then the village chief and everyone else came to the church looking for Evans. Obviously, they had no clue that Lawrence and Hollow was here, but they came here for Evans. So Elsa's like, it's okay, like, like, you are under my protection here. I'll not let them do anything to you guys. You guys just go and act as if you're here for some religious work. And you're like, Hollow's also a nun, or at least she's acting as a nun, so they probably won't suspect you that much. So just go and go to sleep, and like, yeah, or at least go and pretend to sleep now. Yeah, so the gate opens and they come here, and Hollow, like, Lawrence is like pretending to be asleep, and then he was like, oh, I'm sorry for disturbing you at later time. So Lawrence gets up, and Lawrence is like, oh, what happened? Please bear with the inconvenience for now. Now, I don't know what the hell was going on here. Why were they like coming towards us? Like I said, I don't think we are at any fault here, are we? Like, I'm pretty sure they're here looking for Evans. And Lawrence gets up, and Lawrence immediately is like, I am part of the Rowan Merchant Association. Oh, I think they were probably trying to, like, probably they were trying to restrain him or something, just in case, in a just in case scenario or something. But that's why Lawrence gets up, and he immediately is like, I'm part of the Rowan Merchant Association. People stop immediately because they know, obviously, like doing something to him will mean they're literally like picking a fight with the Merchant Association, which is very obviously very, like, like a very scary thing. They don't want to do that. Many people in the Commerson branch know that I'm currently in this village. So he's basically like, yeah, don't act smart here. And everyone just stops. And the village chief is like, yeah, I understand. Don't worry about it. We appeared here not because we have ill intentions. Um, right. And then Evans comes in, and Evans is like, what's happening? Someone in Amber had died eating the wheat from our village. Yeah. So that's where it ended. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is a setup by Ember. Yeah, at least I'm thinking that's what's going on because the timing is too convenient. So let's wait and see how this goes. And yeah, so there you go. That was today's episode number 22 of Spice and Wolf. Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Spice and Wolf. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.